What's going on? It's Ed here from ClicksGeek, and today we're going to talk about Google Ads for multi-location businesses. And I'm going to walk through some scenarios on how these things should be set up in order for them to be the most effective, and then logistically on the back end, how to set things up for proper management and ad budget spend and all that goes into that. So, scenarios. In the last week, I've had like 2 or 3 different water damage companies come through us either through agency relationships or direct through the actual owner of the company coming in, but they each had multiple locations. I'll give you an example. I'll just make up. I don't want to divulge any information here. Let's just say the company is in Texas. They had a location in Austin, Dallas, and Houston. Another example would be a dental office with 2 locations. I live in Cary, North Carolina, so let's say one's in Cary, North Carolina, and one's in Raleigh, North Carolina. They're bordering towns. All right, and I want to go through some examples on how you would structure these campaigns in order to maximize the client's budget and minimize management costs for the client and then work for yourself. So at a high level, I'm talking to the multi-location owner people here, and I'm also talking to the agencies and marketers who are going to be building and managing these campaigns. A lot of people don't think strategically about this when they're doing the sales process. So I want to just lay this out here so that it's you understand why we do what we do and why we do it. All right. So a couple reasons on why we would break things into separate campaigns as a running them instead of running them in one campaign. So if each location only has, let's say, $1,000 to spend, and they have a P&L reason, a profit and loss statement reason, why that $1,000 needs to be spent on that particular location, like it needs to be paid by this debit card and it needs to be accountable to this P&L statement, then that would be a reason you would break them off into separate campaigns. Because what happens is if you combine the 3 locations into one campaign and run with the $3,000 budget targeting all 3 of those locations, the budget, the chips will fall where they may based on search volume and activity in the campaign itself, and it won't be like 1,000 will go to A, 1,000 to B, 1,000 to C. It's just gonna trickle down the way it's gonna trickle down, and it'll typically be based on volume and population. But yeah, so if there is a P&L reason why location A, B, and C each need to spend their own particular amount and be responsible for that budget, then technically you would need to break those into separate campaigns. Another way you need to break it down would be if separate phone numbers need to ring. So let's say A, B, and C each had a phone number, a destination number rang. So let's say it is there isn't a centralized intake office that does all the intake and dispatching. Each location handles their own. If that's the case, then you're going to need separate campaigns for each. And what you're going to find is smaller multi-size companies may operate that way. Bigger ones will likely have a call center that will dispatch from one location. Like in the dental industry, a lot of times what you'll find is you'll have an alpha office and then beta, like satellite offices. And the alpha office takes all the inbound calls and will schedule for those other offices as well to minimize costs for those other offices. So if that's the case, you can do one campaign with one budget, target both locations, and let the chips fall where they may. If they were in a scenario where they said this doctor is going to spend $2,500 here and this doctor is going to spend $25 here, you need to break those off into 2 separate campaigns. So it's typically a P&L reason, or it's a phone ring or phone number ringing issue that would dictate if we're going to break these off into 2 separate campaigns. Now, here's the issue, or 2 or 3 or multiple campaigns. Here's where this becomes an issue. Each new campaign that you build, you've got new setup costs for the landing page, for all new call tracking, all new reporting, all new campaign build. So you've got all this new setup infrastructure you've got to do for each particular campaign that you do. So that's burdensome to the client, potentially. And then you've got a potentially management fee for each location or each campaign, because you got your main management fee, but then you've got not only your recurring costs associated with the management of all these different locations, like your landing page, your hosting costs, your call rail costs, your reporting costs, things like that, landing page costs. You've also got management of those. So you do, let's say you do, 100 tasks in that main campaign in the month, you also have to do 100 tasks in this campaign and 100 tasks in this campaign. So you're doing 3x the management there. So you need to get compensated for that. We typically don't charge a full another management fee for each location, but it's typically anywhere from 25 to 50% additional for each additional location that we put on, because it truly is a doubling of the work with additional locations. You do get some benefits of scaling, but not really, especially if they're in different ad accounts. If these are all in one ad account, you can kind of make a case for it, but if they're not, and you've got to log in and go into different ad accounts, it's truly more work. It's like running franchise clients. They're the same company, but they're different clients, they're different entities, and they're different locations, they're different ad accounts, different credit cards, everything, different relationships. So something to keep in mind. Yeah, so I just wanted to put this on video because I get this question a lot about multi-location businesses. What I would typically say to a client is save your money on the setup. Figure out a scenario where you can put, let's say, $3,000, do all the locations in one campaign, pay me the one management fee, the one setup fee, and let's go to market that way first. And let's get this dialed in. And if a C location or that third location isn't getting enough love, maybe we can parse that off and make that its own campaign and its own little budget over there. Yeah, there'd be more setup fees, there'd be a little bit more management, but we can cross that bridge when we get there. It's not something you need to do day one. I'd rather see the client maximize how much they're spending on budget rather than maximizing how much they're paying me in management fees, because I would rather see the client put it towards budget, because they'll do better, they'll stay longer. Just, selfishly, but also selfishly for them too. So I've rambled quite a bit in this video. I hope this helps. I hope this clarifies why we do what we do. So it's either a budgetary reason, a P&L reason, or a phone number reason. There are workarounds to these, but I'm not crazy about any of them. But I hope this helps. If you have any questions on this, just drop them below the video. That's it for today. Hope you guys have a kick-ass rest of the week. Well, it is Monday, but hope you have a great day. If you need anything, I'll drop a link below. This is Ed here from ClicksGeek. We're a Google Premier Partner Agency. We specialize in lead gen for local businesses. And I'll drop a link below to our agency services, as well as a bunch of courses that we offer teaching Google Ads, landing pages, how to get agency clients using direct mail, and we've got an agency course coming out as well. So if you need anything, check out that link or drop a comment below. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Take care. Have a great week, guys. Bye.